I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. According to Wikipedia, the USS Alligator was a sloop in the United States Navy during the War of 1812. The U.S. Navy purchased Alligator in 1813 at New Orleans, Louisiana. Commissioned as a tender at New Orleans, she served on that station under the command of Captain Robert Hatch until late in 1814, when the British captured her at the Battle of Lake Borgne. After the capture of Pensacola on the 7th of November, 1814, Major General Andrew Jackson arrived at New Orleans on the 1st of December to make preparations for the defense of that city. He organized with Master Commandant Daniel Patterson of the U.S. Navy to send a flotilla to Lake Borgne to guard and defend against the approach of Vice Admiral Sir Alexander Cochrane and his fleet. Lieutenant Thomas Jones commanded the American flotilla of 5 large gunboats, which had about 180 men for the crews. The gunboats were armed with 24 and 32-pounder long guns, 6 and 12-pounder carronades, and swivel guns. Among the flotilla was the sloop-rigged Alligator, with a long 6-pounder and 2 12-pounder carronades, with its crew of 20 men. On the 12th of December, after most of the British fleet arrived east of New Orleans, Cochrane sent Commander Nicholas Lockyer with a flotilla of about 42 open ship's boats and barges armed with a carronade apiece, 3 unarmed gigs, and upwards of 1,000 bluejackets and Royal Marines to attack Jones's flotilla. By mid-morning on the 13th of December, Jones had observed a large flotilla of longboats leaving the British fleet, which he supposed were disembarking troops. At 2 p.m. he realized the British were approaching his gunboats. He quickly pulled up anchors and retreated westward with orders from Patterson to defend the passage into Lake Pontchartrain at all costs, as this lake would give the British naval access to New Orleans, situated on its southern shore. At the time, the water level of the lake, Borgne, was lower than normal, which forced Jones to lighten the load of his vessels, allowing him to elude the approaching British boats. That morning, Jones sent Seahorse to remove ordnance and other supplies from the storehouse with the shore battery of 2 6-pounder cannons on the north shore. Having skirmished with 7 British longboats, the crew destroyed the storehouse and scuttled Seahorse at 7:30 p.m. This resulted in an explosion and visible fire. Unable to withdraw any further, Jones anchored his flotilla some 15 miles from the entrance of the lake. Lockyer's force could not advance in striking range due to the low tide, opposing currents and adverse winds until the morning of the 14th of December, when conditions became more favorable. At 9:30 a.m. on the 14th of December, Lockyer's longboats first attacked the Alligator, which had fallen behind the rest of the American flotilla, to the southward and eastward. Being lightly armed, it fell in little time. The remainder of the British flotilla now formed a long line at 10 a.m., in cannon range of the gunboats. At 10:39 a.m., they slowly advanced on the American positions on the lake. Jones had anchored his boats end to end, forming a line and a broadside to block the anticipated British advance. As the British vessels came within striking range, the American flotilla together fired a destructive broadside which temporarily repelled the attack. At this point, the tide and current had changed again. 2 of the American gunboats had broken formation. Jones and Lockyer sustained serious wounds from the ensuing battle. As the battle continued, the British managed to cut through the boarding nets and took over the American gunboats, turning and using the gunboats' cannons against the American forces to secure their victory by 12:30 p.m. Alligator's participation in the Battle of Lake Borgne, an American defeat, but one that helped to buy precious time for General Andrew Jackson's successful defense of New Orleans, proved very brief. Her disposition by the British is unknown.
Yeah, make all the demons quiet. Yeah, we were built to thrive. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night? Yeah, make all the demons quiet. Yeah, we were built to thrive. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night? Yeah, make all the demons quiet. Yeah, we were built to thrive. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night? Yeah, make all the demons quiet. Yeah, we were built to thrive, yeah.